Hello everyone, myself Shakuntala, and again I am back here with the questions of zoology here. The first question of the zoology part is 136th question. Select the correct sequence of embryonic development here. So embryonic development here, the stages of embryonic development here. So after fertilization, the first thing is the zygote is formed, which is diploid here. Now this zygote will undergo the first cleavage here to form the blastomeres. So up to from the blastomeres of 8 to 16 celled stage is called as morula. It is called as morula, and from 16 to 32 cells and onwards it is called as the blastocyst here. So blastocyst. So now this blastocyst get implanted into the uterus for the further development. So this is the sequence of an embryonic development. So they have told us to select the correct sequence of embryonic development. The first one will be always the zygote here. The second one is going to be the morula, and the third one is going to be the blastocyst. So here the right option will be the option number 3. Next, select the correct statement here. So platyhelminthes, which are called as the flatworms here, they are triploblastic in nature. Triploblastic, as you all know that they are made up of 3 germ layers here. They are pseudocoelomates, that is, do they have the false coelom? No, they do not have the false coelom. They are acoelomate here. Acoelomates here, they are the acoelomates here, and they are bilaterally symmetric here. Yes, ctenophores reproduce only sexually and fertilization is external. In tapeworm, the fertilization is internal but sexes are not separate, right? Ctenophores are exclusively marine, diploblastic and bioluminescent property. They show the bioluminescence here. Bioluminescence is nothing but the property of emitting light, and it is being done by the ctenophores here. Next one is in sponges, the fertilization is external. It is not external, but it is an internal fertilization here, and the development is not direct, but it is an indirect development here. It is an indirect development. So which of the following statements are correct? So it is B and D here. Okay, so B, C and D here. B, C and D are the right option. So according to this question, A and E options are wrong here, and I have justified why they are considered as a wrong statement. Yes, what triggers the activation of prototoxin to active Bt toxin, that is of Bacillus thuringiensis in a bollworm here? So here the protoxin is going to get activated when it enters into the bollworms, when the pH of the bollworm is an alkaline here. So pH of the gut should be in the alkaline medium, then only the prototoxin of Bt is being converted into an active toxin of Bacillus thuringiensis to kill what? To kill the caterpillars of the caterpillars of the butterfly or the bollworms here. So the right option will be, it is alkaline pH of what? Of the gut here. Next question is, so given below are the two statements. One is labeled as assertion and the other one is reason here. So you have to write which one will be the option are right here. Enzymes are isolated thermophilic organisms, are thermostably, means they are stable here, means they are going to have the capacity to undergo the catalytic power here. One thing, and they retain their catalytic power at the higher temperature, as they are thermostably, means when they are at present at the high temperature, then also they are stable to continue their catalytic work here. So both assertion and reason are true, and the assertion is the correct explanation for the A here. Reason is the correct explanation of A. So option 3 will be the right answer. And the next question is, what is the main function of parath hormone here? Now parathyroid hormone here. So the main function of PTH is to regulate the calcium level. So from the bones here, so it is going to regulate the, or maintain or increases the blood calcium level here. So option A is the right answer. It is a direct question. So in the previous question also the question was repeated. Now, given below are two statements here. Human heart is endodermally in its derivation, means it is been derived from the endoderm of the germ layer. Not so. It is not derived from the endoderm, but it is mesoderm in its origin. It is been derived from mesoderm of the germ layer here. One. So statement 1 indicates this, and statement 2, tricuspid and the bicuspid mitral wall are open during the joint diastole. Joint diastole means when both atrium and the ventricles are at the relaxed position here. So during this time both tricuspid and the bicuspid walls are opened where it helps to flow the blood from atrium to the ventricles here. So statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is the correct here. Statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. So option 2 is the right answer. Next, coming with, so least the match, least 1 with least 2 you have to match, which will be the right option here. So the Widal test is the test which is going to be used for the detection of the typhoid fever here, which was been first detected in an lady called as Mary Mellon, and her nickname is considered as typhoid Mary here. So here the Widal test is to detect typhoid here. Filariasis, they are the roundworms here, which is going to the best species of filariasis, that is elephantiasis, which is going to cause elephantiasis, is Wucheria bancrofti. The species of filariasis or elephantiasis is Wucheria bancrofti or Wucheria malai. Then diagnosis of cancer. Cancer is going to be done with the biopsy here, that is the tissue of the living cell, and the X-ray are going to be considered as the carcinogen here. So according to this you have to match. A is with 3, A is 3, B is 1. Okay, A 3, B 1. So option 4th, according to this, option 4th will be the right option here. Okay, yes. So this is nothing but you have to identify where exactly the glands are present, that is thyroid gland as well as the parathyroid gland. Thyroid gland is present on the ventral side, parathyroid gland is present at the dorsal side here. So based upon the presence of trachea you can just identify where the thyroid gland is present and where the parathyroid gland is present. If the trachea, so just above the trachea, that is in the ventral side, if the trachea is present and if this gland is present, then it is considered as thyroid gland, which is present at the A is present at the ventral side. Now here there is a the trachea means the trachea is behind the trachea there is a gland, and this gland is called as what? It is called as the parathyroid gland. So on ventral side the thyroid gland is present, on the dorsal side the parathyroid gland is present here. So option 3 will be the right answer. I told you to remember a trick based upon the trachea here, right? Right. So next one is match the least 1 with least 2 here. So here these are the techniques of what detections here. Conventional method of diagnosis. The best very much conventional method of diagnosis of any disease is nothing but the serum analysis. When you go to hospital the serum analysis takes place first here. Then the method of early diagnosis. Okay. So the treatment of emphysema, the method of early diagnosis is ELISA here, that is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Then the treatment of emphysema is nothing but done with the alpha-1 antitrypsin here, and the gene therapy is nothing but the bone marrow transplantation here. So according to this A is with 2 here, so A is with 2 and B is with 3 here, so C is with emphysema, C is with 4 here. So option 1 will be the right here. You just match it and option 1 will be the 4. D with 1, right? Okay. So given below are the two statements. Capacity of a gene to generate a whole plant from any cell or explant is called as totipotency. That is the capacity of a single cell to give rise to an entire plant is called as the totipotency. Yes, that statement is right here. But the statement, while going with statement 2, in 1995, it was not in 1995, an American company got patent rights on basmati rice through what? Through the US Patent and the Trademark Office. It was not in the year 1995, but it was in the year 1997. So you just mark it here, this is important. In the year 1997, an American company got the patent to get the basmati rice through what? Through the US Patent and the Trademark here. So option 1, that is statement 1 is true and the statement 2 is incorrect here. Statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect here. Next question. Yes, choose the options which have already all correctly matched here. So how many of the options are correctly matched? You have to choose based upon the characters present here. So heart, as you all know, it is made up of 4 chambers, 2 atrium and 2 ventricles here. Yes. Sinoatrial node, sinoatrial node, that is also called as SA node here. SA node is going to be present at the right upper atrium of the right part of the heart here, which is also called as the pacemaker here, which is going to help for conducting say 70 to 80 heartbeats per minute here. Then the pericardium is nothing but the wall of the heart. The wall of the heart is made up of pericardium. So pericardium walls, they are not been made up of arteries and the veins here. This is the wrong option here. QRS complex of ECG, that is electrocardiograph. In that electrocardiograph, the P, so this is going to be the Q, P, Q, R, S and T here. This complex is going to represent the contraction of atrium. They have given the contraction of atria, but it is not the contraction of atria, but it is the contraction of ventricles. So option A and B, only 2 are correctly matched here. So option 2 will be the right answer. Yes, Saheli, you already know that it is an non-steroidal pill here, which is going to be taken by a female here. It is also called as a once a week pill here, and it is being introduced by, or it was being developed by CDRI, that is the Central Drug Research Institute present in Lucknow. Then what about the other option? Let us see. What is AIMS? AIIMS, that is All Indian Institute of Medical Science here. Then NDRI, that is National Dairy Research Institute. WHO, already you know that it is the World Health Organization. So Saheli was developed by whom? CDRI. CDRI is nothing but Central Drug Research Institute, which is been present in what? Which is been present in Lucknow here. So this question is a common question here, which you have already studied, right? Now, so here you have to again it is a match the following here. So pneumotaxic center is present in, where exactly the pneumotaxic center is present? It is present in the pons viruli region of the brain here. Then oxygen dissociation curve, it is nothing but oxygen dissociation curve is based upon the percentage of hemoglobin saturation here. Carbonic anhydrase enzyme, it is going to be present or secreted by the RBC here. Primary site of exchange of gases will be always taking place in the alveoli here. So according to this, you have to just match it and choose the correct option here. So I have already matched and select the correct option here. Second one, 149. So given below are the 2 statements. One is labeled as, again it is a question of assertion and reason here. So let us see with the assertion here. Heroin is a chemically diacetyl morphine here, which is being formed by the diacetyl morphine. The reason for that is, it is obtained by the acetylation of cocaine. It is not obtained from the acetylation of cocaine, but it is obtained from the acetylation of morphine here. So statement, that is assertion A, that A is correct, but R is not correct here. So A is true, but R is false. Okay. So the right option will be 1 here. I have just explained you why so. Yes, I think this is a question with the organisms of the phylums here, respective phylums, and they have given the respiratory organs through which these animals do respire here. So the sponges are going to respire through their body surface here. Yes, the poriferans here. Earthworm which belongs to phylum Annelida. Earthworm belongs to phylum Annelida, and annelids, they are going to, that is specifically earthworm is going to respire through the moist cuticle, and what the mollusca is going to respire through what? It is going to respire through the gills here, and birds, they are going to respire through the lungs here. So again, it is again the match the following. I have matched it. Just you can select the option given below here, right? So which will be the right answer? Sponges will be body surface. A is 2, okay, and B is what? The 3. B is 3 here. I think this will be the right option. Option A will be the right option. Yes. Choose the correct match here. Louis Pasteur, did he give the theory of use and disuse? No, not. He has not given the theory of use and disuse. He has given the theory of germplasm, continuation of germplasm, and the theory of vaccination that was being done by or given by Louis Pasteur here. The theory of use and disuse was given by Lamarck, as you all know that. Neanderthal man, the brain capacity is, yes, it is 1400 cc. Ichthyosaurus, they are the fish-like amphibians. They are not the amphibians, but they are the marine reptiles. They are the marine reptiles here. They are the marine reptiles. And Dryopithecus, they are the man-like apes. No, they are not the man-like apes. They are the ape ancestor. They are the ancestor of the apes here, right? So which will be the correctly matched here? The correctly matched is the Neanderthal man with the brain capacity of 1400 cc here, right? Yes, ringworm is caused by, as you know that ringworm is a fungal disease, and it is caused by the 3 species of the the fungal here. One is epidermophyton, one is microsporum, and the third one is the trichophyton rubrum here. Let us see which of the options they have given here. So microsporum, yes, I told you right now it is been caused by microsporum, and it is been caused by the trichophyton rubrum too. Ascaris is not going to be caused by the fungal or ringworm. Ascaris is going to cause, Ascaris lumbricoid is going to cause ascariasis here, and Plasmodium, yes, Plasmodium vivax, it is going to cause the the malarial disease here. So option A and B are the 2 here. So A and B, yes, they are the correctly caused by option A and B, the causative agent here. Next question. Yes. Given below are 2 statements here. Proteins are a polypeptide. Yes, proteins are made up of amino acids, and amino acids are linked with an peptide here, right? That statement is right. A nucleotide has 2 chemically distinct components. No, nucleoside is going to have the 2 chemical components, but not the nucleotide. Nucleotide is made up of 3 components. One is called as nitrogen base pair, the phosphate group, as well as the nitrogen bases here. So nucleotide has, it is not going to have 2 chemically distinct components, but it is going to have 3 distinct components. I have told you which are those. That is, one is nitrogen base pair, one is pentose sugar, and the third one is the phosphate group here. If phosphate group is not present, then it is said to be an nucleoside here, right? So option, that is statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is incorrect here. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. So option 1 will be the right option. Yes, all of the following are the examples of medicated IUDs except. So you know that multilode 375 is an example of copper releasing IUD here. So it is an intrauterine devices. One, Progestasert and LNG20, they are the hormone releasing IUD here. Okay, so they are the hormone releasing IUD. Lepes loop itself is an non-medicated IUD, and the remaining 3 are the medicated IUD here. So option 3 will be the right answer for the particular question above, right? Now choose the incorrect statement here. Darwinian variations are large and non-directional. They are not large here. I will tell you. First I will read the questions, right? So vertebrate heart and brains exhibit divergent evolution. Yes. Alfred Wallace worked on Malay archaeopelagia. Fourth one is the similar habitat results in the selection of similar adaptive features in different organism, which is going to be the convergent evolution. It is an convergent evolution here. Okay, it is an convergent evolution. So the incorrect statement is option 1, that is the Darwinian variations are not large, they are small, they are small, they are not non-directional but they are continuous here, they are continuous. Okay, they are continuous here, right? So option 1 will be the right option, right? Now, question number 156. So again, it is with choose the correct statement here. When any plane passing through the central axis of the body divides the organism into two equal identical halves, and such symmetry is called as radial symmetry, no doubt in this one. The body cavity which is lined by mesoderm is called as coelom, exactly. Then the choanocytes or the collar cells line in the spongocoel of the canalia, that is the choanocytes are going to be lined in the spongocoel of the sponges here. Third one is cnidarians exhibit two basic body forms, that is alteration of generation, that is polyp and medusa. Yes, that is also right. Nephridia help in osmoregulation and the excretion here. All these options are correctly statement or they are being correctly recognized here. So option A, B, C, D and E only are the correct statement here. All the options are correct. Right? Now, match the following again with here. So it is gregarious pest. The pest will be always the locust. Yes, this pest will be the locust here. Next, adult with radial symmetry and larva with bilateral. Okay, so it is always with what? Always with the bioluminescence with tinoplana. Book lungs, they are present in scorpion, and symmetry is with asterius, that is the what? The starfish here. So I have matched it here. You please go with the correct option here. So bioluminescence, I have already told you what is bioluminescence. It is the condition in which or the organism which emit the light, they are called as bioluminescence, and example for that is tinoplana here, and the gregarious pest will be the locust here. Adult with radial symmetry and larva with bilateral symmetry will be the asterius here, and the scorpion are going to respire through the book lungs here. So choose the correct option here. I have matched and you just go with the options here, right? Right. So here select the incorrect statement here. So biotechnology deals with the techniques of using live organism or enzymes from organisms to produce products and processes useful to human. Yes, of course we require, for example, insulin is being produced from the biotechnology process here. So in the year 1863, the two enzymes responsible for restriction the growth of bacteriophage in E. coli were isolated. Next one is the DNA is a negatively charged molecule. Yes, a stirred tanked bioreactor is usually rectangular. It is not rectangular here, it is cylindrical. It is cylindrical in nature with the facility mixing of the reactor content here. Retrovirus animals have the ability of transforming normal cells into the cancer cells here. But in the year 1863, the two enzyme, it was not in the year 1863 but it was in the year 1963 here. Okay, so the incorrect statements are B and what? D here. Okay, B and D only. Option fourth one will be the right here. Okay, right. So the first discovered restriction enzyme that always cuts the DNA segment by identifying the 6 base pair. It is a clear cut questions from the NCERT, that is from the molecular basis, from the biotechnology here, that is in the enzymes here, that is always will be the HIND2. This HIND2 is an enzyme which cuts the DNA sequence by identifying the 6 base pairs here. Okay, it is not adenosine deaminase, thermostable DNA polymerase or the E. coli. E. coli itself is an bacteria, it is not an enzyme here. Okay, next. So here this should be the question of what? Of option here. 160 question. So anal cirri, boat shaped sternum, anal styles they are present in the males here. 9th segmentation of what? Of the males. So option choose with this A with 4 here. So anal cirri bonded by the this here. B is 2, that is boat shaped sternum is present in the 9th segment Yes, and anal styles, they are present in the ninth segment of what, of the males here, and genital pouches. Okay, so genital pouches here. So A with 10th segment, anal cirri 10th segment, A with C. So the last option, that is fourth one, sorry, this is anal cirri with what, with the third option, that is 10th segment here. Then comes the board shaped here. Board shaped is with what, two, okay, not this, so option A. So I have, please make a correction. So A with 4, B with 2, C with 1 and D with 3 here, D with 3, right? So I have just haphazard it, so you just make a clear and match with this following, right? So find the mismatch pair here. Streaming of protoplasm helps in locomotion of amoeba. Yes, automatically. For example, in amoeba, so there is an finger-like projections called as pseudopodia, and these pseudopodias are due to the streaming of the protoplasm. Sarcoplasmic reticulum, storehouse of copper ions, or it is an calcium ions? It is an calcium ions. Knee joints, they are the hinge joints here. Clavicle and scapula, they are the pectoral girdle here. So the mismatch one is the sarcoplasmic reticulum. Now this sarcoplasmic reticulum is the storehouse of the calcium ions, not the copper ions here, right? So in adult, each testis is oval in shape with the length of about so and so, and they have asked you the width here. So the length will be always 4 to 5 centimeter in length here, and the width will be 2 to 3 centimeter in width here. So according to this, choose the correct option here. So A is, that is the length will be always 4 to 5. So 4 to 5 will be yes, and B is 2 to 3 centimeter, right? So option 1 will be the right option. And next, okay, so match with this. Phalanges, you know that how many phalanges? Femur is only one. Okay, phalanges, tarsals are 7, metatarsals are 5, and phalanges are 14 here. So according to this, choose the correct option. So phalanges are 14 here. Femur is only 1. Okay, so B is 1. Okay, so B is 1. Then metatarsals will be 5 and tarsals will be 7. So A3, B 1, then comes C is 4 and D is 2. So according to this, I think this will be the right option. Okay. Right. After implantation, the inner mass cells differentiate into. Okay. So you know that after implantation, that is the blastula. If this is the blastula, then there are the inner mass cells here. Now this, and it is been lined by what? Lined by the trophoblast cells here. Now these trophoblast cells will help in the implantation of this blastocyst. This is called as an fluid filled cavity called as blastocele, and these are called as the inner mass cells here, inner mass cells. Now these inner mass cells will give rise to 3 germ layer, that is called as, one is the outer is called as ectoderm, okay, and the middle is called as the mesoderm, and the innermost layer is called as the endoderm, through which all the organs of an body are being formed through the inner mass cells here. So here outer ectoderm, middle mesoderm, and inner endoderm here. So I have explained you clearly here. Okay. Next, which of the following is an example of adaptive radiations? I think adaptive radiations, you all are very much eager to say the answer here. That is the Darwin finches, where the Darwin went to the Galapagos Island, and he has given what, based upon the availability of the food, he has classified that they are going to radiate based upon the availability of the food here. That is the finches, that is named after Darwin fincher, and he went on a boat called as beagle. Okay, so here adaptive, that is the development of antibiotic resistant bacteria, not the diversification of Darwin finches on the Galapagos Island. Okay, so extinction of the dinosaurs, no, all of this, it is not the right option here. Okay, now given are the two statements, one is labeled as assertion, again it is assertion and the reason here. Adenohypophysis consists of two portions, that is the anterior lobe of the pituitary gland itself is called as adenohypophysis, which is going to have the two parts, that is pars distalis and pars intermedia in human. The pars intermedia region of the pituitary is commonly called as anterior pituitary. It is not pars intermedia, but it is pars distalis here. So it is pars distalis. Okay, so statement 1 is correct, but statement 2, that is reason, is not so here. Statement 1 is true, but R is false here. Okay, so option will be 1. Next question. Yes, so match the following here. So cartilaginous joint, ball and socket joint, fibrous joint, and the saddle joint here. So cartilaginous joints are present between what? Between the adjacent vertebral column here. So it will be option A with B here. So A and 2. Okay. Next one is ball and socket here. That is between the flat skull joint bones here. Fibrous joint, they are present between the carpals and between the humerus and the pectoralis girdle. Saddle joint, they are present between, saddle is always going to be the one. Okay, so that is between the skull and the joint bone here. So A 2, then B is going to be 4. Okay, and C is going to be with 3, that is present between the carpals, metacarpals of the thumb, and the D will be with 1, that is present between flat skull and the joints here. So when you match it, so the right option, I think this will be the right option, that is option 3 will be the right. Yes, right. So here they have given the statement here, and you have to choose the correct statement from the given option above here. Kidneys are situated between the levels of last thoracic and third lumbar vertebrate. Yes. On an average, 11,000 to 12,000 ml of the blood is filtered by the kidney per minute. It is not 11,000 to 12,000, but it is 1100. Okay, so 1100 to 1200 ml of the blood here. Instead of 1000, it is 100. You just make it. Glomerulus is a tuft of capillaries formed by the afferent arterioles here. The Henle's loop is a heparin shaped and consists of the descending limb and the ascending limb here. Then the juxtaglomerulus cells is a special sensitive region formed by the cellular modification of proximal cannulated tubule. It is not the proximal cannulated tubule, but it is an distal, that is a DCT, distal cannulated tubule here. So JGA, that is juxtaglomerular arteries or the cells, they are being formed by the region, sensitive region formed in DCT, that is distal cannulated tubule. So option B and E are the incorrect statement, but the remaining A, C, D are the right option here. So A, C, D only. So which will be the right? Option 1 is going to be the right here. Next, question number 169. Again you have to match here. I think this is with some of the respiratory disorder. Emphysema is a respiratory disorder here. So what happens? It is a chronic disorder here. So emphysema, it is a chronic disorder. Inspiratory reserve volume will be 2500 ml to 3000 ml. One is pneumotaxic center. Pneumotaxic center is nothing but which is going to help in increase. Okay, the diaphragm increases or decreases the volume, that is thoracic volume in the anterior posterior axis, and pneumotaxic center, it is going to regulate or reduce the duration of volume here. Okay, right? So thoracic volume is being reduced, increases, or so during inhalation and exhalation there is increase and decrease of what? The thoracic volume based upon the diaphragm here. So according to this, emphysema 1, that is chronic disorder, inspiratory reserve volume will be what? 2500 to 3000 ml. Then the pneumotaxic center is going to help to reduce the duration of the volume, and the diaphragm is going to increase or decrease the thoracic volume in the anterior posterior axis here. So I have matched, you just click the option given below. Okay. The edges of the infundibulum possess the finger-like projections. Now, infundibulum is the first part of the oviduct, that is the fallopian tube here. Fallopian tube here. If this is the female reproductive rough structure here, then here. So these are going to be the finger like projection. So it is being attached to the ovary with the ligament. So this part is going to be the infundibulum, then comes ampulla, then comes the, this is isthmus and this is ampullary isthmic junction here. So infundibulum, the edges of infundibulums bear what? Bear the finger like projection, and those projections are called as fimbriae here. They are not called as the ciliae, they are not called as the microvilli or all of this. So they are the fimbriae present in the female reproductive system, which facilitate for the movement of the gamete, that is the ova, to move towards the upper part of the fallopian tube. Yes. Next question. So match the least one with the least two. Now here these are the cells of WBC here, that is white blood cells. Granulocytes as well as granulocytes have been they have been bifurcated based upon the percentage. So eosinophil, they are the cells which are going to have the least number here. So the major number of cells which are present in our body, about 60 to 65% will be always what? Always the neutrophils here. So next comes the monocytes here, okay, that is monocytes of 6 to 8%, then 20 to 25% of the lymphocytes. You know, there are two types of lymphocytes, one is B lymphocytes and T lymphocytes. They are hardly 20 to 25 percent here. Then comes the monocytes. Monocytes are hardly 6 to 8% here, and eosinophils, they are least in number, that is hardly 2 to 3 in number here. So I have matched, you just go with the questions here. 1 with 2 here, and 2, B with 3, okay, and C with 4, and D with 1 here, okay, right. So I think option 3 is going to be the right here. Yes. Okay. Now, so here the thing is, you have to match, again it is the match the following. So RNA interference is an cellular defense mechanism here. So here the vector, okay, the vector itself is the agrobacterium here, okay, and A with 3, so B with 2, that is Cry1AB protein, that is Cry1AB is going to present in this, and Cry2AB, the AB is going to present in the cotton ball worms here, okay. So C with 1, okay, and the D with 4, A with 3, and B with 2 here. So I think option 1 is going to be the correctly matched here, right. So right. Now question number 173 here. Statement 1, that is a matured female frog can lay nearly. So if you see here, it is again, yes, it is how many? It is going to be 50 lakh thousand ova at the time here. So not that much, it is going to hardly from 2000 to 3000 eggs. 2000 to 3000 eggs here, not in lakhs together. So it is wrong here. Statement 2, in some countries muscular legs of frog are used as a food by the man. Yes, that is going to be used as a food by the man in the other countries where they cannot afford for a good meat, okay. So statement 1 is incorrect, but the statement 2 is correct here. So according to this, it is option 2. So how many eggs can a frog lay, a female frog can lay? It is hardly 2000 to 3000 eggs. It is not in lakhs here. So I am not that correct in mathematics. You just check the number which I have told you, right. So match the list with, so these are the enzymes here where they are going to act on it, okay. CCK, cholecystokinin, it is going to act on the pancreas here. Then gastric, GIP, gastric inhibitory polypeptide, it is going to act on the gastric gland. ANF, atrial natriuretic factor, it is going to act on the heart. ADH, that is antidiuretic hormone, is going to act on the kidney here. So CCK, that is cholecystokinin with the pancreas here. Gastric inhibitory polypeptide, this is going to act on gastric gland here. ANF, that is atrial natriuretic factor, is going to be released by the heart, and ADH hormone is going to act on the kidney here. You just select the option given. I have matched it. Okay. Right. So, which of the following statements are correct? During swallowing, glottis can be covered by epiglottis. Each terminal bronchiole give rise to a thick regular walled vascularized bag called as alveoli. Humans have pair of lungs, that is 2 lungs. Human lungs are covered by a single layer of pleura. No, it is not a single layer, it is a double layer. Okay, it is a double layer here. Now, the conducting part is also known as exchange part of the human respiratory system. So, the statement which are correct here is, going with the statement 1 again back, during swallowing, glottis can be covered by epiglottis. No, epiglottis cover the glottis in order to prevent the entry of the food into the trachea here. So, option A and option D are incorrect here, and the remaining options are correct. That is B, C and E. Okay. B, C and E here. Okay, they are not given. Okay, but this will be the right option. B, C and E. They are given. A and B. A is the incorrect here. Or A and D. They have given A and D. No. Okay, so this will be the right here. Right. So match the least 1 with the least 2 here. Platyhelminthisk. Yes. Again echinoderms, hemichordata, aves, going according to aves. So aves are said to be what? They are said to be an warm-blooded organisms with direct development here. One. Hemichordata, they are nothing but the cylindrical body with no segmentation. The body is not going to have segmentation. That is, the phylum Hemichordata is an connecting link between chordates and non-chordates. Example is Balanoglossus here. Then comes Echinodermata. So Echinodermata, their entire body is made up of, the endoskeleton is made up of calcareous shell here, or the calcareous deposition. Platyhelminthisk are going to be the bilateral symmetry with the incomplete digestive system. So I have matched. You just choose the correct option given from the options. Okay. Yes. The full form of malt. Malt is nothing but an lymphoidal organ here, which will help in order to protect our body from the antigens here. So malt full form is, that is mucus associated lymphoid tissue. Okay, mucus associated lymphoid tissue. So the 50% of the malt is going to be present in our body, and they may ask you the percentage here. So do remember the percentage of the malt, that is mucus associated lymphoid tissue here. Next comes, yes. So given one statement, according to the 2011 census, the report, the population growth rate was less than 2%, that is that is 20 divided by 1000 per year here. Statement 2, yes, it is right according to census 1. It is a direct question from the NCERT. Indian population crossed 1.2 billion in May 2011. Yes, right, exactly. So here total world population is 7.2 million previously in 2011 here. So 1.2 was contribution of Indian population here. Okay. So option 1 and 2 both are correct here. So both the statement, both A and statement 1 and statement 2 are correct here. Going with, again, I think this is the question which I have, the same question which has been repeated from the previous year, but it was in just a twisted manner here. The brain stem of a human brain consists of, automatically it is the midbrain, pons and the medulla oblongata. The last part of the brain here, that is the midbrain, pons and the medulla oblongata. Forebrain, cerebellum and pons, no. Thalamus, no, they are not the here. So the right option will be directly, so option 1 here. Going to the last question. The variation caused by mutation as proposed by Hugo D. varies are. They are the random and directional, or whether they are random and directionless, small and directional, small and directionless. They are random and they are the directional less here. So here it is random, their variation is going to take place random, they are not directional but they are the directional less. So option 2 is the right answer here. So far we have solved the question that is the mock question paper 5 here. Okay, so if you have liked it, do like it and